There is no covert narcissist or grandiose narcissist. Hello everyone, welcome. In psychology, the terms covert narcissist and grandiose or overt narcissist are used to describe two distinct narcissistic personalities. Let's first look at the key characteristics of each. Covert narcissists exhibit traits that may not be immediately apparent. On the surface, they may appear shy, sensitive, or introverted. Unlike their more overt counterparts, covert narcissists engage in subtle manipulation tactics. They might play the victim, use passive-aggressive behavior, or present a facade of humility to achieve their goals. Covert narcissists still have a strong need for validation, admiration, and attention, but they seek it in more discreet ways. Underlying their covert behaviors are often deep-seated insecurities, and this form of narcissism may serve as a defense mechanism against perceived threats to their self-esteem. Grandiose narcissists display more overt and visible narcissistic traits. They have an inflated sense of self-importance and may come across as boastful, arrogant, or domineering. Grandiose narcissists actively seek attention and admiration from others. They believe they are unique, special, and deserving of constant recognition. This type of narcissist often displays a lack of empathy for others and tends to prioritize their own needs and desires above those of others. Grandiose narcissists feel entitled to special treatment and may expect others to fulfill their demands without question. In reality, they are not two different types of narcissists. There are different types of behaviors used according to the needs of the narcissist. As we mentioned in our previous videos, narcissists want everything in their terms and under their control. They think they are the best, deserve the best, and entitled to everything. But there is a problem. What if narcissist doesn't have the resources for this? Not enough wealth, health, beauty, intelligence, strength, or power. If narcissists had all these qualities, they would be godlike. But when not, there comes the chameleon. Gender, genetics, biology, and cognitive abilities play an important role in this game. Frequently, narcissists target individuals whom they think they can manipulate, exert control over, showcase their dominance, and perceive as less resilient. Occasionally, they underestimate the capabilities and resources of their chosen targets. Typically, narcissists avoid individuals they perceive as significantly stronger than themselves. Therefore, narcissists, in essence, are cowards. Narcissists seldom focus on individuals they see as significantly weaker than themselves. Instead, they might choose individuals with comparable resources to themselves, whom they can manipulate or play with, at least for the sake of challenge, entertainment, or the thrill of it. This brings us to transition between covert and overt narcissistic behaviors. Let's first examine why and how a narcissist transitions from overt to covert behaviors. The transition from overt to covert narcissistic traits can occur for various reasons, and it's often influenced by the narcissist's evolving circumstances, goals, and the responses they receive from their environment. Here are some possible reasons for a narcissist to shift from overt to covert traits. 1. Loss of power or influence. Threat to superiority. If a narcissist experiences a decline in power or influence, they may adopt more covert behaviors as a way to cope with the perceived threat to their superiority. This shift allows them to operate in a more subtle manner to regain control. 2. Negative consequences of overt behavior, backlash, or rejection. If the narcissist faces negative consequences, such as social backlash or rejection, due to their overt behaviors, they may shift to more covert tactics to avoid direct confrontation and negative attention. 3. Strategic manipulation. Adaptation to circumstances. Narcissists are often strategic in their manipulations. If the situation calls for a more subtle approach, they may temporarily adopt covert traits to achieve their goals while minimizing the risk of exposure or negative consequences. 4. Desire for sympathy or support. Playing the victim. Shifting to covert behaviors, such as playing the victim or appearing vulnerable, may serve the narcissist's need for sympathy or support, especially if they believe it will elicit a more favorable response from others. 5. Long-term manipulation. Planning for future gain. Covert behaviors may be part of a longer-term strategy for manipulation. The narcissist might choose to operate more discreetly when working toward a goal that requires patience and a gradual buildup of influence. 6. Maintaining control behind the scenes. Manipulation. Covert traits allow the narcissist to maintain control behind the scenes without drawing as much attention to their actions. This can be effective in situations where overt displays of dominance may not be as advantageous. 7. Introspection or self-reflection. Recognition of negative impact. In moments of introspection, a narcissist might recognize the negative impact of their overt behaviors on relationships or their own well-being. This realization may lead them to adopt a more covert approach temporarily. 8. Need for secrecy. Avoiding detection. If the narcissist is engaged in activities that need to be kept secret, adopting covert traits can help them fly under the radar and avoid detection. Narcissists mostly shift from covert to overt traits when they assume that the target already became a victim and under their control, but there are other occasions this may also occur. Let's now look at why and how a narcissist transitions from covert to overt behaviors. 1. Threats to self-esteem. Perceived challenges. If a covert narcissist perceives a threat to their self-esteem or feels challenged by others, they may switch to more overt behaviors as a defensive mechanism. This shift allows them to assert dominance and protect their fragile self-image. 2. Desire for recognition. Unmet need for validation. Covert narcissists may become frustrated when their covert attempts to gain validation and admiration are not as successful as they desire. This frustration may lead them to adopt more overt strategies to ensure that their need for recognition is met. 3. Changing circumstances. Shift in power dynamics. Changes in personal or professional circumstances, such as gaining power or influence, can trigger a narcissist to become more overt. The newfound position of authority may embolden them to assert themselves more openly. 4. Lack of alternative tactics. Ineffective covert strategies. If covert tactics fail to provide the desired outcomes, or if the narcissist perceives that others are not responding to their subtle manipulation, they may escalate to more overt behaviors as a means of achieving their goals. 5. External validation. Positive reinforcement. If the narcissist receives positive reinforcement for overt behaviors, such as attention, admiration, or compliance from others, they may be motivated to continue and intensify these behaviors. 6. Stress and pressure. Increased stress. High levels of stress, pressure, or external demands can exacerbate narcissistic tendencies. In times of stress, a narcissist may resort to more overt behaviors as a way of coping with the perceived challenges they are facing. 7. Cycle of narcissistic supply. Cyclical patterns. Narcissists often go through cycles of seeking narcissistic supply, which involves a continuous quest for attention and admiration. During certain phases of this cycle, they may shift from covert to overt behaviors to maintain or increase their supply. In conclusion, covert and grandiose are not the types of narcissists, rather they are behaviors used according to the needs of the narcissist. It's important to note that narcissistic behavior is complex, and individuals may display a combination of both covert and overt traits. The transition between these behaviors is not always linear or easily predictable, as narcissists are skilled at adapting their strategies to suit their immediate needs and goals. Additionally, the specific triggers and timing of this transition can vary widely among narcissistic individuals. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay connected with more content about narcissism and relationships, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye.